Whoa. I hope that worked.
That was not
I'm on another level.
it. Man, y'all. You don't do us like that. I should have said.
Hey, Jill.
Rewind.
Hey,
What
so Jill,
happened?
welcome. Y'all, hey, y'all, look, welcome to another episode of Next Level Living. Y'all see we got a special guest, but before we introduce our special guest and tell y'all where Crystal at, I gotta just say, Jill, it is so like Mike to open up the episode. Never mind, I'm not even gonna take it there.
It's cool. It's cool.
But that's not the posture we want in 2022. Like,
What are you
that's
doing?
my dog.
Hey, yo. That's wild, bro. That's wild.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you, dog. How you feeling, Mike? You good?
Not the posture.
You know you're my guy, man.
Hey, man, I'm peaceful, man. Everything peaceful, bro. I'm blessed, brother. Excited to be here.
Jill. All right. So first off, so Crystal is taking care of some family business. She'll be back in a couple of episodes. And so I said, man, I need somebody to sit in. First person I thought of. Not the second, not the third. It was Jill, a.k.a. Jillian Monet. Jill, say what's up to the people.
What's up? Hey, y'all.
That's my
Brother.
girl. Hey, so let me tell y'all about Jill, right? That's my friend. That's my sister. That's my dog.
Oh.
Like, that's, man,
Oh.
like, dang, that's my people. Jill, how long we go back? We go back before Mike with the perm, right? How far? I mean, with the straight hair. Yeah, how long?
Well, we go way back like car seat.
Yeah.
I don't know. 20 plus years. I don't know.
20 plus years.
With the green,
y'all.
the green outfit.
Yeah, we go back.
And the yellow. Yes.
Yeah. And then when I hit that, okay, I missed that. Yeah, I missed that. Yeah. I see you, Mike, with the Scully boy with the beard looking healthy. Is your heart as healthy as your beard, bro?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
We got to talk about that.
You can't be asking me podcast questions this early, bro.
Okay. All right, we'll warm up into it. We'll come back around.
I felt that, though, right here.
Yeah.
I felt it, too.
Crystal,
I can answer that in 30 seconds.
Yep. Hey, but let's send Crystal some love. Crystal, we praying for you, cuz. Can't wait to have you back on the show.
Love you,
y'all, Jill, man, we go back 20 plus years. Y'all know when I hit that reset button, you know what I'm saying, and gave my life back to God and start like going back to church and kind of like getting my life together. Who was at the church? Like, what up, big bro? You know what I'm saying? Praise and worship leader. She has a phenomenal testimony. And when God told me and gave me the idea to launch the Grace Tour, if y'all are not familiar with the Grace Tour, go to YouTube. For all of our listeners, what's up to you? To all of our YouTube supporters, all our next levelers out there watching us, go to YouTube, type in The Grace Tour, and we've got a ton of videos. It was like a traveling evangelist reality show, you know what I'm saying, where we went to group homes, homeless shelters, you feel me, detention centers, jails, churches, and we spoke. And we traveled in this Sprinter van. Like, it was a really dope thing. And Jill was one of the first ones that we reached out to. I called Javen to document it. I called Jill. I called Brian. Shout out to Brian, RIP. That's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't feel like crying right now. But I love my boy, and I miss my brother. And when I hit Jill, and Jill traveled with us for years all over the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, so wanted to have Jill on. So, Jill, how you feeling about the year?
I'm feeling this year. She just getting started, but she's feeling it, honey. Yes. Oh, I'm feeling it, honey.
Yeah.
We bless the Lord anyway.
Yeah. And Mike, I'll tell you why you're a real one, bro. Like, Mike is like low-key a member of the Grace Tour. Right when we had it, Mike would pull up and travel with us. He like, oh, y'all gonna be there? I'm flying in, and we'll be rolling with us too. So
no question,
yes, he would.
Yeah,
no question.
Those were some good times, and it's funny too, Jill and Mike. Right, I'm gonna go somewhere here real quick. It's funny because when people hear the Grace Tour, they probably like, what are they talking about? Like, what, Jeremy? Like I've been doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people see me on the gram, and they like, oh, that's kind of cool what he been doing. I'm like, I be wanting to tell some cats like, bro, I'm not you. Like, it's some guys that's been speaking for like 2 years, and now they got programs, now they got courses. And I'm like, bro, I'm not knocking your hustle. But bro, I've been doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going on 12 years now. And
Yeah.
and it evolves, man. And so my first word for the people, and then I'm gonna talk to Mike. Man, my first word for the people this year is like, don't be afraid to evolve, and don't be
Yeah.
surprised when you evolve. And don't
Mm.
worship 2021. I don't know who that's for, right? Don't worship 2021. That ship has sailed. I have been in so many different seasons of my life. And right when I get comfortable, right when it gets sweet, God, switch that sucker up. And I'm like, oh, are we doing this now? And my posture is
Okay.
always like, yes and amen. My posture is always like, okay, bet. But I don't know who that's for, right? Because I've gone through different seasons. It seems like every 3 years, God pivots me and has me move into a new space and a new place, but it's always for my good. The way He's wired me, He's like, I can't let you be stagnant. And so that's why, Mike, when I know you're transitioning, and I don't know if you knew this, Jill, but Mike about to quit his job and he about to move to Atlanta. And
Yep.
I'm believing he's gonna be working with the squad full time. And so that was
Mm.
not comfortable for Mike. And then he messed up, Jill, and said it on the podcast. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
it is written, let it be so.
it is. Come on, come on. I know about
You
that.
feel me? So I know
Yes,
you got
sir.
a word for
Yeah.
Mike to encourage him, but for real, like Mike, when I look at you, bro, I'm like, man, first thing I saw, bro, boom, beard, he
Yeah.
healthy.
Boom.
But how's
Yep.
your heart?
Mm. Man, you know what? This year hit me by mistake, and I think we talked about it a little bit last week, but I caught COVID right before Christmas of last year, and I was excited about getting my foot in the door, getting my steps in order going into the new year, and COVID completely erased the opportunity for me to
Mm,
focus on the future. I had to focus on the present. And so when COVID took me into the new year, I missed Christmas, I missed New Year, New Year's Day. When it took me to the new year, next thing you know, I'm having to recover so I can get back to work. And I was sitting there
mm,
working. I was like, why do I feel off? Why do I feel off? And I realized it's because I hadn't structured out what it is that I'm
mm,
trying to do. I hadn't taken that time. You know what I'm saying? I recovered physically, but my heart, like you said, my heart and my mind hadn't been aligned yet, so that I was clear about the steps that I was taking to make the moves that I had
mm,
already committed to. And so I've just been feeling a little bit off or whatever. And then I found some things about myself that I struggle with that doesn't help me get to the next level, and things that I need to correct and clip, some ends that I need to trim.
mm,
And that for me, I missed out on $200. If I'm being transparent about a course that I actually just signed up for, a VIP course, and one of the days is because we got delays with some stuff at work. But yesterday, I actually, a close friend of mine actually is in the hospital due to COVID, and I actually was trying to figure out how I could encourage them, and forgot about my own schedule and missed out a
mm.
moment to be encouraging to myself. And so I missed and forfeited an opportunity that I had tried to be intentional about due to some little stuff, and it really got my heart feeling away. And then
So,
this morning, I kind of sandwiched it and made another bonehead error. You know what I'm saying? In terms to my timing with something else. So you know what I'm saying?
hmm.
Like it all just, it's like when it rains, it pours. But I think God is showing me, like, Mike, like, you ain't what you think you are, bro. Like you really need to. You
When
don't even
God
get
tell
caught,
you, bro, you're not as nice as you think you are, that's deep.
Listen,
bro.
that's how
For
he
real.
talked to us. That's how he
Because a lot
talked.
of times we're trying to focus on mountain type stuff that we need to overcome. And God is just like, bro, you ain't even got your boots strapped. Like you ain't even got your shoes.
Okay.
You're running
Okay.
with laces out, bro. Like
Okay,
you trip over
cousin.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you got your eyes set on the mountaintop, but what
He
about
like,
your shoes,
but
bro?
tie your shoes though. Yeah,
Tie
he
your
like tie
Tie
shoes.
your
your
shoes,
shoes though.
dog.
And
Yeah.
that's my
Sometimes you
word.
know to tie your
That's my
shoes.
word right now.
Tie your shoes. Hey, but here's the good thing though. At least you see the gaps. So
Mm.
now you
Yes.
gotta do something about the gaps. Cause I ain't gonna
Yep.
lie. This morning, I was just like, oh yeah, he not ready. I was just like, bro, so get with Nicole, cause she'll
Mm.
help you put some systems in place.
Yeah.
So
It's a
because your
system.
heart is there, bro.
Yeah,
The
for sure.
loyalty, the heart, like your drive, your love for people, like the way God's
Yeah.
wired you is there. It's
Yeah.
just
Hmm.
tweaking some of those little small systems. And
That's it.
I am where
System.
I am because I got a team that holds me accountable and I have systems in place. But
Yeah.
I think for
Hmm.
you, that could be the biggest thing. But I do want to do a heart check, bro, because I
Yeah.
do know sometimes how hectic things can be and how quickly
Yeah.
things can move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wanted to check in with you. Want to check in with you on that. What about you, Jill? Talk to us. How you feeling? How you doing?
Let me just say, uh, this year is doing what it's supposed to do. I say all the hurt is right on schedule. I'm
Mm-hmm.
evolving too, and I'm one of those. I need the boundaries. I need boundaries. I am a free spirit. I am free and free indeed, but that freedom has kept me in bondage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Mm.
I have volunteered for boundaries, and it's been the best, most painful thing I've ever done. Yeah.
Wow.
And so those systems in place, like you talked about, I do have a system and support system, but it wasn't working because my inward system all messed up. So now that I put those boundaries on the inside here, honey,
Yeah.
yes, that's where we at. So, slowly but surely, that's where we are in my evolution, the evolution of Jill. Mm-hmm.
I love that. And
The
I'm proud of
Yeah,
you.
evolution of Jill. But we need, hey, but look,
yeah,
we
yeah.
need that though. Like, let me tell you something. The world, as crazy as this world is, the world don't need a
Mm-hmm.
2019 Mike.
No.
The world don't need a 2020 Jill. The world don't need no
Mm-hmm.
2017 Jeremy. They need to update
Mm-hmm.
it. They need the newest version.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
needed
Mm-hmm.
the version with the latest download from God. You ever wonder
Yeah,
why
yeah,
your
yeah.
phone be acting kinky? Folk be like, man, how come my phone ain't working? Man, how come my phone been
And do the
acting
update.
weird? You know what they say? Hey, did you get the recent download? And then we be like, oh no, I forgot. I didn't get the download. Oh, you get the download, and now it's working. Now it's faster. Now it's stronger. Now you got a quicker connection. Now you got a better upload speed. Now things are working how they're supposed to work. It's because you got that recent download. And so I'm just
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah,
like, man, how many? Ah, that's a word. Oh my God, I just realized
it
something.
is.
How
It
many
is.
people are going into 2022 and they ain't got their download? They ain't got their upload. You know what I'm saying?
Update,
Like
Jay.
they still on that
Yep.
old data. What you call that thing with iPhones when you get the new one?
Update.
Is it upload?
Update.
The
Update. They ain't
update.
got the new update. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah,
Some people that's
yeah.
listening to this right now, some people that's watching us right now, the only reason why your life hasn't changed drastically the way God want to do it, the way that you deserve it and what you want, is because you haven't gotten that recent update. You still operating on
Mm-hmm.
some 2018 stuff. You still operating on some 2020 stuff. You ain't reading no books. You not growing. You ain't got no online course. You ain't a part of no community. You ain't got no accountability partners. You still staying up late. You still eating whatever you want to eat. Like you're not disciplined. You're not keeping your word. You over promising and under delivering. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Yeah,
Don't nothing change. But what we're
yeah,
talking about is Mike is saying, yo, bro, in order for me to get the best 2022 possible, I need that new update.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
God's so dope, man. God loved Mike so much and realized like he is mighty Mikey. He's like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a new update. I'm gonna give you a new update. But even though the update appears, you still gotta download that sucker. Oh, don't play
yeah.
with it. What are we
Yeah,
talking about here? The
yeah,
downloads be in my phone. I check that sucker. I go to my settings. It's there, but it's up to me to download it. Meaning, it's up to me to execute the plan. It's up to me to receive what God is trying to tell me to do. I know it's
yeah,
so. I
yeah,
ain't even plan on preaching, but I'm just saying, whatever updates we gotta get, so that we can experience what we supposed to experience, so that we can become
yeah,
who we supposed to become. We gotta do it. We got to do it. And
Yeah.
there are
yeah,
people right now that's like, man, I want things. I want to make some adjustments, but I have not gotten the update. And once you get the update,
yeah.
God going to be able to give you the upgrade.
Pra-
Folks
eh,
want
eh,
the upgrade. Come on. Come on. People want the
Upgrade. But
upgrade without the
but they
update.
do
Talk
want
to
to
me, Jill.
upgrade. Yeah. But I was gonna say, brother, you know what had to happen for me before all of this, update and this, I had to crash because my system that I was using before was fine. I ain't know,
Mm,
everything was okay. I didn't know. You don't know that the update is prepared for you until you get the notification that says it's time for an
mm,
update. But I was ignoring all that. I wasn't
mm,
checking my stuff. I wasn't going back to do that. You know what I'm saying? I was using
Yeah.
I know we're in 2022 now, but I was on 2019. I was on the glory days. I was in 2015 when we started. That's what I was operating. Since that was so successful, I was on that. You know what I'm saying? I never checked to see if no update was necessary because it was
mm,
working for me until I looked up and I'm like, why can't I get past this threshold? Why can't I get to this place? It's because I'm not updating, but I had to crash first. What worked before had to not work at this, new wineskins, they say sometimes. It had to be where some of my regular operations were not working out. How I was approaching things, it had to do that before I finally realized. And then I went through the emotions that just come with the fact that you have to realize, you know what, I need an updated version of me. I had to say, Jill, in this state is not enough for that which I'm called to do. It's not.
Wow.
I wasn't enough. Yeah, I had work to do. It's still some work to do, and you can't get comfortable on any level, even if it's in the sweet spot. You cannot get comfortable. So, thank the Lord for notification and crash
For the
point.
notification. Hey, let me tell you something.
And crash point. Yeah.
For all of y'all that's like, this my year. It can be your year. We got to talk about the year for what? I know you want to upgrade, but did you get the recent update? And if you're wondering why your life is out of function, if you're wondering why things are not quite working out, some of y'all is like, man, it just hit February. It just hit January. I can't believe this ain't working out. Did you get that recent update? And for everybody, that means something different, right? Like there are some things that you have to clean up. You know what I'm saying? Like I talked to one of my guys who's like a super Apple tech. He's like, yo, do you realize like what those updates are? Like they go in and fix things within the operating system. They go in and clean up some things. They go in and give some updates. And so there are some things internally that you might have to clean up. There are some things internally that you might have to tweak. There are some things internally that you might have to fix. So now you're operating, you know what I'm saying, in your full calling, your full purpose, and your full potential. And so what's dope, Mike, is you was like, yo, I get it. I see some gaps. I see the adjustments I got to make. And I'm willing to make the adjustments so I can win. And truth be told, no cap, bro. When we texted earlier, my first thought was he gonna have to make some updates. Like he gonna have to, he make a few tweaks, we Gucci. But it won't work without those tweaks. Let me tell you something, fam. I'm in a different season now. I just talked to one of my homeboys. My big homie was like, hey, bro, what you doing different this year? I said, bro, I'm putting the best people in the best positions. I'm no longer hiring friends. I'm no longer looking out for cousins. I'm no longer trying to cut corners. I don't care if it costs me double. I want the best people doing the best work for me. If I feel like I'm supposed to be the best, if I feel like my company is the best, if I feel like I'm one of the greatest, if I'm on some GO status, I only want the best people working with me. I only want the most talented people working with me. I only want people who got pure love and respect and reverence for me. And if that's not you, I'm cutting you out of my life. If you don't operate with a spirit of excellence, I gotta cut you out. I still love you. I'm still coming from the big thing in the barbecue. You still might even get a holiday card from your boy, but you can't be in the inner sanctity. You can't be in that inner circle if you're not moving with me. You know what I'm saying? Can two and three together? Can two walk together lest they agree? And if I'm on phenomenal and you on good, it don't work. You gotta be exceptional if I'm on exceptional. Period. If not, I'm gonna love you from a distance. I'm gonna chunk up the deuces. So, Mike, when you was like, yo, I noticed I gotta make some adjustments, I was like, ooh, I ain't gotta have no combo. Big dog already see what it is and gonna make the necessary adjustments.
Yeah. So you saying, brother, that some deleting has to happen with the upgrade too? Are you saying that? So whatever you had before, you got to delete some stuff, like the circles.
That's all a part of resetting. See, this is the good thing about resetting. You don't always have to delete or stress about deleting when you're willing to reset. When you are willing to reset, it takes care of the things that you've thought about and the things that you didn't. Because when you're willing to reset, it says, God, I am willing to reprogram the entirety of the way that I've been thinking for so long, that you can take the things that I know that it's hard for me to let go of and the things that you know is keeping me back that I haven't even considered yet. When you get a fresh slate of focus, of trials, of encouragement, of surrounding, of inner circle, everything that we're saying, it just depends on where your focus is of where you notice. But a reset sets everything straight again. So when it comes to deleting stuff, absolutely. But when you reset, you take last week we talked about God, we talked about us releasing to receive, right?
Yep. Come on, talk about it.
What this is that God is asking from us, from the things that weren't always good inside of us, and good things that have already
Mm.
came to the end of its season. So when you reset, it's God is saying, give me everything. I want everything back. And sometimes if
All
you don't
all
understand and you focus on the fact that you don't understand what God is doing, you will miss
mm,
out on what he's trying to
mm.
do for you or what he has for you because you're trying to make sense of what it is that you cannot understand. Only God is in
Sure.
charge of
See?
only
He's
God
just
is in
like,
charge
be
of our,
obedient. He
you
like,
said
look,
That's
just
what?
sit
it.
your butt down and do what I
Yo,
told you to do. Stop asking
Facts.
all these
it's that.
questions.
It's yeah. It's that obedience piece right there. But I was gonna say y'all gotta be careful with these ghost apps. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can do a reset and you think you could, but sometimes you just you have to be in the mindset that some of the things we have downloaded previously, they in that heart, they hardwired in your mind
Mm,
and in your heart. And them ghost apps, all you know how it'll refresh and you don't even know, you know what I'm saying,
that
while your phone's off or whatever this thing. You got to
iCloud.
be easy. Cause
Mm,
I'm telling
what you
but I think the ghost apps are strategically placed because it keeps us and reminds us of our humanity, which keeps us looking now. I search for the update now and as opposed to waiting for the notification to tap me on the shoulder.
okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
As opposed
Yeah.
to waiting for the notification to tap me on the shoulder to do an upgrade. I look for it now. That's the help of the ghost apps. When you realize
Gotcha.
that you've hardwired some things, in your life and your mind and your heart. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When you realize that I have my job now is I'm not gonna keep letting life dictate to me, Jill, you need to do upgrade. Why not be ahead of the game?
Right.
Excellence
Mm,
says go and check on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Go and check and see where you are. If you're not growing, you're dying. You're doing the opposite. So, this is something that, for me, I have to be okay because it's easy to auto plane. It's easy to let our systems do it when
yep.
you have to be intentional. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? This is what I've learned that. Yeah. So I just want to throw that in Jesus'
Hmm.
name out there because
I love
your
Hmm.
I
girl
love
was real caught up on that. Yeah.
Yeah,
love
no,
it.
no, no, no. I'm right there with you, man. Hey, look, so to give y'all a recap, you know, um, because I didn't know we was even going here. I ain't text y'all nothing about
You
nothing we
didn't.
was
Nope.
talking about. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like what we're discussing today is the very fabric of next level living. Like at the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
all about growth. Next level living is
Yes.
the constant pursuit to be
Mm.
everything you've been called to be. It's the constant pursuit. So we're not saying even if somebody like, oh Jay, you on that next level, okay. But what that really mean? That just mean I'm on the next one. That don't mean I'm on the ultimate level. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like
Right.
that's the beauty of next level living. It's like you're constantly striving for that next level. So Jill, I know some things
Yeah.
you're working on. I know adjustments you making. I know what lifestyle changes, what health changes you going through. Like I see all of that, Mike. I know what the
Hmm.
conversations and what adjustments we've been having and how you getting prepared to transition. And just know that the transition is preparing you for the position, bro. So
Yes.
this
Mm,
transition
Yeah.
is going to be
Woo.
hard, but the transition that you're going through is preparing you for the position that you're going to have. You know what I'm
I
saying?
receive.
But while you're
Yeah.
in transit, before he
I,
gives you that placement for where you're in transit to, like he's like, okay, I got to figure out, I got to do some work within you. I got to make some adjustments. That's just how God do. He ain't gonna never
yeah.
be like, all right, boom, I'm gonna bless you with this. There are some things that you
Mhm.
have to experience and go through throughout the journey. There are some adjustments you got to make. There are some updates that you got to have. There's some downloads you got to have,
Woo.
whatever to be operating in your best space. And I'm telling every single person that's listening right now, I'm telling every single person that's watching us right now, ask yourself, do a self reflection. What adjustments I got to make? If you are not
Yeah.
where you want to be, if you do not have the money in the bank account, if you do not have the things in place with your personal life, if you do not have the family, if you do not have the respect, if you do not have the career, like you can't blame nobody else. Don't nobody control your life but you. God don't
Yeah.
even control
That's right.
my life. Does he bless me? Yes. Does he favor me? Yes. Does he guide me? Yes. I got my own brain. I can choose to
Yeah.
go out here and smash something. I can choose to harden my heart. I can choose to be evil. I could choose to be condescending. I had a very rough day the other day. I walked away from a conversation with Tracy and was like, I will not use my irritation and
Hmm.
my frustration and talk down on her and talk condescending to her and have an attitude with her. What kind of man would I be? I'd be a man
Yeah.
of good, maybe, but not a man of God. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be on some evil stuff. And so I'm telling y'all, whatever adjustments you got to make, whatever downloads you got to have, whatever updates you got to have, you cannot expect God to upgrade you until you allow him to update you. And so whatever you got to do, whatever improvements, that is what we call next level living, man. We see y'all next week. Jill, thank you for kicking it with us, girlie. See y'all in a minute. Let's go.
I'm on another level. I'm on another level. I'm on another level. I'm on another level. I'm on another level.
What's up, y'all? I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Now it's time to get the merch. Go to shopnextlevel.co. In the promo code, put podcast and get you 20% off. All right, see you next week.
I'm on another level. I'm on another level. I'm on